Welcome to Hindsight Hacking. I'm Corey Carter.
And I'm Ron Cool, and you are listening to Hindsight Hacking, where we have talked to hundreds of entrepreneurs hacking their hindsight to give you clearer foresight.
And now, as we still bring you the same great, amazing interviews each and every week, we are adding bits and pieces to serve you in such a great way. These bits and pieces are some mindset hacks, visibility hacks, traffic hacks, and more on the Daily Hack. So we want to make sure that you have all the tools and all the resources that you need to gain more visibility and gain more traffic.
And obviously, to get more sales. So head over to gethhm.com/toolbox to grab your free resources to get the help you need to get more.
And if you're interested, after you collect all those freebies, because they're amazing, hit the link in the show notes and jump on our calendar because we definitely want to help you.
Guys, we absolutely love the community that we've created with your guys' help, and we love all the Hindsight hackers. So jump on in and get on our calendar.
So without further ado, what do you say? Let's get to it. All right, everyone. So I just saw that for the first time, just like all of you that are going to watch this. So, Ron, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. That was pretty stoked.
I love it. It is, it is very, very well done. Very impressed. So, awesome job.
Thank you.
Thanks for scrolling on that yesterday.
Wait till you see the outro. We have a new outro as well.
Perfect. All right. So, without further ado, let's talk about our daily hack today. So yesterday we gave you our visibility tip number 1. And Ron, what was that tip for everyone? If you remember, I'm going to test you.
Oh my gosh, a test. I don't remember what visibility tip was.
It was having a show.
I'm kidding, guys. It's have a show. It's make sure you are out there visibly, a podcast or a vodcast. Just put yourself out there.
Yes, 100%. So head on back to yesterday's episode if you missed any of that. But today, visibility tip number 2. And so for this one, it's all about relationships. Now, yes. How can you be visible online with relationships a priority? Because honestly, there's the vast space out there. It makes it hard to do, right? And so I wanted to talk about relationships 100%. And it's literally one person at a time can tremendously increase your visibility. One relationship at a time, nurture those things. And Ron, I love a story that you get to tell quite often with how you helped somebody launch their own podcast. Well, not really launch, but really just get into iTunes because they had already said they were launching 2 days post that conversation.
Right.
And they didn't really have an idea of what they needed to do. So this is visibility tip number 2. It starts with a relationship. So Ron, you got to tell this story.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. So obviously tip number 2 is about relationships, and it's really as simple as this. Care for somebody else like how you would want someone to care for you, right? Do for people without expecting anything in return. So with that being said, let's talk about the story. So we had a gentleman, and this is over a year ago. No, is it 2 years ago? It was a while ago. He needed some imagery for his podcast. He said this was a Monday. Said he was going to launch his show on Friday, needed some imagery for it. And so I was helping him with his imagery on Monday. Let's say Tuesday, he figured out which of the graphics he wanted, put it all together, and he was so excited. He posted on Wednesday that he's going live on iTunes, or on Tuesday, he posted he was going live on iTunes on Friday. And I said, wow, that was fast. that you got approved from iTunes because we just got your graphic finalized, right? And he goes, oh, I didn't know you had to submit. And I was like, oh, dude, like you have to submit. And if you don't submit, you can't, it doesn't go there automatically. Like you have to get approval to have a show on there. And he's like, okay, so it's Tuesday really late at night. And it's like 11. And I remember I'm sitting on the couch. Rachel's wondering what I'm doing because I'm on a Zoom talking to him. And I'm trying to talk him through how to do a submission to iTunes. And I was like, it was taking a little bit longer. And I was like, look, I know you don't know me. Just give me all your logins and I'll just, I have this information. Text me your trailer stuff. Put your audio in there. I will submit your show, but I need all of your information, and you can stay on Zoom with me while I'm doing it, but it's going to go faster. It's getting closer to midnight now. My time, it's almost 1 o'clock. And so I get all of his information and I'm loading all this stuff up. And while we're waiting for it to all load up, I made him a guest star just because it was awkward silence on Zoom, right? So I was like, let me make you this. Let me make you this. And so literally he got a ton of free value, right? Just a ton of free value. And I hung up, with Zoom because he got, put onto iTunes. And my wife goes, what was that? I go, well, look, he needed help and I knew I could help him. And I've never been the one to say, okay, I'll help you, but it's 22 cents. Like, I'm not that guy. Right. So I just helped him. And she goes, okay, well, that was nice of you. That was the end of the conversation. Right. So now we fast forward a little bit. That particular person has referred client after client after client after client after client to us. So that act of kindness has parlayed into a huge referral system from this guy who believes in what we do, knows we're going to help people and not take advantage of people. So we did some goodwill, and it turned into a beautiful referral relationship.
Yep. All right. So I love that story. And that's just one of many that we have accumulated over the years. But I think it just goes to show, like, we've done things like that for others and nothing's come in return. And that's 100% okay. And I just want everybody to don't go out there trying to give free things with an expectation of having a return. But the universe will give it back tenfold. Whatever you give, you get, right? And so if you have that mindset of just going out there to serve people, going out there to help in any way you can. Now, Ron was able to do something in a way that it was easy for him to help. It took a little time, but it was still easy for you to help, where this guy didn't know, right? And so I think that's the thing that we always need to realize, like, building relationships and being a good person is part of it. But then if you have something that you can do that can help someone, then just do it, just help. And everything will come back tenfold. And so that, from having a show to building relationships, and it's one person at a time. It's not 100 friend requests. Right. And then they just sit there and you try to sell them. No, it's one friend request at a time, however it looks, however you start that conversation, but then to have a real conversation, right? Like I've probably got 40 people like trying to friend request me on Facebook right now. And I haven't actually done much with accepting them because I want to take the time to actually get to know them as I accept that friend request, right? Like I don't want just 5,000 friends because Facebook allows me to have 5,000 friends. I want to have these real relationships that will actually benefit both sides, right? Like however it can benefit, I don't know, but if you don't know until you actually start it.
Absolutely. And again, go into it not expecting something in return. I mean, I would have been just as happy knowing he got on iTunes and he was able to get his voice out never once in my wildest dreams would I have expected what he did.
Yep. All right. So everyone, tip number 1 from yesterday's episode was all about having some kind of show. And tip number 2 is all about the relationships. But stay tuned. Visibility tip number 3. Actually, it's going to lead into how this person found us in the first place. Before, when he reached out asking for a little graphic help from Ron, right? So visibility tip number 3. Stay tuned. It will be here soon. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. And we will talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And you know what? If you're not already a member of our Facebook group, what are you waiting for? Head on over facebook.com/groups/profits with.
Guys, we are super excited to have you be a part of our community and help you get more visible, get more traffic, and get more sales.
That's right, Ron. And every time someone is in our group, we get to share all the tips, the tricks, and everything that you can get profits with from your summits, your challenges, your workshops, your podcasts, your vodcasts, and so much more.
Guys, thanks for being the best part of the Hindsight Hackers community.